object is nothing but a table. Any data we want to store, in Salesforce will be saved to objects. Object is nothing but a table. Any data we want to store in Salesforce will be saved to objects. Then there are two types of object. Standard object, custom object. So what is a standard object? Standard object, any object created by the Salesforce, to meet global CRM requirement is called standard object. Any object created by the Salesforce to meet the global CRM requirements is called standard object. Standard objects, whichever is the object is created by the Salesforce, they cannot be deleted. Standard objects cannot be deleted. They can only be customized. Standard objects cannot be deleted. They can only be customized. Example, name some of the standard objects you know. Account, contact, we have used a document, right? Document, user, profile. All these are standard objects. Custom objects. What are custom objects? Objects created by the user according to his organizational business requirement are called custom objects. Objects which are created by the user according to his organizational business requirement are called custom objects. Objects which are created by the user according to his organizational needs are called custom objects. All the custom objects will have __C at the end of the name. How do you know it is a custom object? When you have a group of objects, out of this, which is a standard, which is a custom. How do you recognize? All the custom objects will have __C at the end of the name. That __C indicates it is a custom. So all custom objects will have __C as an extension after the name. underscore C. Now, custom objects can be modified or deleted. Custom objects can be modified or deleted according to your organizational needs. Right. So we have standard objects and custom objects. Example. Customer underscore C. Loan underscore C. Right. Objects will fall under model part of MVC. What is MVC? Model, view. Every application will be running on MVC architecture. Now in that MVC, objects will be falling under model part of MVC. Objects will be falling under model part of MVC. Next, every object will have 3-character unique ID. Based on this ID, Salesforce will recognize the object. Every object will have 3-character unique ID. Based on this ID, Salesforce will recognize the object. Every object will have 3-character unique ID. Let it be a standard object, let it be a custom object. Doesn't matter, but still every object will have 3-character ID. Example, object. If you look at this, account will have 001, contact will have 003, user will have 005. Now look at this. If I am going to the object, everyone, look at this structure. Account 001, contact 003, opportunity 006, right? Lead 00Q. Every object will have 3-character unique ID. Contract code, contract will have 800, order 801, case 500. These are frequently used objects. Like this, every object will have 3-character unique ID. Based on that ID, Salesforce will recognize the object. Next. We can create objects in 3 ways. We can create custom objects in 3 ways. We can create custom objects in 3 ways. What are the 3 ways in which we can create? One is standard navigation. Second one is schema builder. Third one is metadata SOAP API. Using program. We can create custom objects in 3 ways: standard navigation, schema builder, metadata SOAP API web service. These are the formats what we are. Let us start with the first one, standard navigation. Using the standard navigation. If you want to create using standard navigation, we have 2 formats. What is that? Classic and Lightning. In the classic, how do you create? In the Lightning also we'll see how to create. So classic. Look at the navigation everyone has. Everyone here. Look at the navigation. Setup, build, create, objects, setup, build, create, objects, setup, build, create, objects, new object. If you go to Lightning, now look at this navigation. Look at the navigation, everyone. What is the first one? Setup, build, create, objects, new custom object. Once again, setup, build, create, objects, new custom object. Now let us go to Lightning and see. So how to create the objects in the Lightning? If you go to Lightning, processes, setup, platform tools, objects and fields, object manager, then we had create custom object. Once again, setup, platform tools, then we had objects and fields, object manager, create custom object. Let me give the navigation. Setup, build, sorry, we made a mistake. Setup, platform tools, objects and fields, object manager, create so setup, platform tools, objects and fields, object manager, create new object. This is how we create. Then what is the process? Step number 1. Object name. Object label. What is that object label? In both the cases, the process is same. First, label. What do you mean by label? Enter label. Name of the object. Enter label. Let us say I'm giving objects will be displayed the UI. Objects will be displayed in the UI with this label. Step number 2. Enter object. Enter name. What is his name? Name of the object. This is the actual name of the object. And object is referred programmatically. Step 3. Enter plural label. What is this plural label? In case if you want to open an object, what we require? Object will not open directly. We need to have a tab. When you click on the tab, then only object will open. If you want to open an object, we require a corresponding tab. When you click on the tab, corresponding object will be open. Now, the name that should be displayed on the tab. Name that should be displayed on the tab. Let me give an example here. Now, what is this? Leads. It is a tab. Accounts tab. Contacts tab. So the label that should be printed on the tab is called plural label. Now this is the object. For this object, you are creating a tab. How do you know this object belongs to? That this object belongs to this tab. So at the time of creating the object only, we are going to define tab label. Tab label is nothing but label that should be displayed on the tab of this object. When you are creating a tab for this object, what is the label that should be printed on the tab is called plural label. That is the reason you are finding as what? Leads, accounts, contacts, plural form you are finding. Is it necessary that the same name should be given? It is not necessary. You can give any name of your choice. But the problem is, if you give a different name, I have to remember each and every name. Now I have 3 objects. We have given student, employee, and payment. Now, for every object, we are going to create one tab. Name that should be printed on the tab. For student, we are printing employees. Right. The name that should be printed on the tab. Is it necessary that we have to give this similar name? Not mandatory. You can give anything of your choice. But if I give a different name, then I have to remember. We have to by heart it. If I give a similar name, we understand what it is. Right? That is the reason I'm giving. Label can be anything of your choice. Generally, if you give a related name, easy for us to understand, refer it. Now, if you are creating any tab for an object, label that should be printed on the tab is called plural label. If you are creating any tab, if you are creating any tab for an object, label that should be displayed is called if you are creating any tab for an object, label that should be displayed on the tab is called a plural label. Then we have context sensitive help. Context sensitive help. Now look at this. Salesforce by default for every object they are giving one help here. What does it say? Help for this object. Help for this object. When you click on this, Salesforce help document will open. That means by default on every object, we are going to have help for the page. When you click on the help, corresponding help document will open. Similarly, you are creating your own object. When you are creating your own object, what is the label that should be displayed? You are creating your own object. For your object also, Salesforce will give you help for this page. When you click on the help for this page, what is the document that should be open? That is given as context sensitive help. With respect to your object, on the top you will be finding one label called help for this page. When you click on that page, when you click on that link, what is the document that should be open for you as a help? That is given as context sensitive help, which is given here. Context sensitive help. What are the? Now they are giving an option for you. Boss, do you want the Salesforce to control or you will define your own? Now I'm giving it. On every object, Salesforce will create one standard link for this page. When we click on this, link, it's supporting help document will open. Which is called context sensitive help. There are two options. Open the standard, open a window using Visualforce. If you choose this option, Salesforce standard help page will open. If you choose this option, we can choose any one of our own Visualforce page. Have you followed this? With respect to every object, on the top we have a help for this page. When you click on that help, what is the page that should be open? Is given as context sensitive help. If you want the standard document to open, then we say open the standard salesforce.com help and training window. No boss, I don't want the standard page to open. I want my own Visualforce page to open. Choose the second option. Anyone has any query on this? Anyone has any query on this? Am I clear with this? Okay. This is called as what? Context sensitive help. This is called as context sensitive help. When you click on the help, what is the document that should be opened? That we are defining as context sensitive help. Fine. Let us go to the next one. Step number 5. Record name, label, and format. What is this record name, label, and format? Let us understand. First, the 4 steps are clear for everyone, right? Online, am I audible? Online people?
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
okay. Now, let us go to the next step. Record name, label. Every custom object you create in the Salesforce, every custom object you create, one standard field will be created by Salesforce. You create any custom object, one standard field will be created. What is that field? This field will be created on every custom object, and it is a mandatory field. You cannot leave this field blank. You cannot leave this field blank. You are supposed to enter the data at any cost. Okay. When you say it is a name field and you are supposed to enter the data, what type of data you can enter? What type of data we can enter? It only supports 2 data types. One is auto number. Second is text. Auto number means based on the format what you have mentioned. When you say auto number, based on the format what you mentioned, system will auto generate the value. Let us take an example. I told format CID. Each 0 indicates 1 digit, starting with 1. So when a new record is created, automatically it creates. For every new record, it automatically assigns the number. So what was this? Auto number. System will auto increment the number based on the format what we have given. Let us say I have given format of payment ID, month, day, starting. This is payment ID 0723-001. Are you getting my point? So this will be generating the number based on the format what you have given. So text, we are supposed to enter the data. Auto number, system will generate. Text, we are supposed to enter the data. But the problem here is, when I told it is a mandatory field, it is up to your choice what type of data you want to store. Because it's a mandatory, you are supposed to enter. Now in this field, I am storing student name. So how you want to display? You want the field to be displayed like this, student name on the UI. Now this is employee. In the employee field, you want to store employee ID. You want to store employee ID. When I say employee ID, what will happen? When I say employee ID, what will happen? When I say employee ID, people may feel it is employee name. If you display name, people may feel that it is employee name. But actually, what are you storing? ID you are storing. So what should I do? While displaying the field on the UI, in the table it may be a name. But while you are displaying on the page, it should be displayed as employee ID. It should be displayed as employee ID. Are you getting my point? Now actual field is name. While displaying, what is the label? Employee ID. With what label? Name field should be displayed on the UI. Salesforce by default create one standard field. What is the name of the field? Name. With what label it has to be displayed on the UI is given as record name label. Records name label. In every record, name field is there by created by Salesforce. That name field, how it is displayed on the UI is called record name label. Are you getting my point? Are you clear? Right. So look at the quick theoretical points. On every custom object, Salesforce will create. On every custom object, Salesforce will create a standard field. This is a required field. This field is visible. This field is field will accept. This field will accept the data types of auto number and text. This field will accept the data types of auto number and text. Record name label is a label with which name field will be displayed. With which name field will be displayed on the UI. Right. Then we told auto number. Format. Start. Then I've taken one more example. So this is how we are giving. Now let us go to the next. What is the other one? User has to manually enter the data. So record name label, where we are supposed to specify what is the label name, with what the name field will be displayed, what is the data type of the field, what is the format, starting number. Then let us go to the next one, step number 6. I hope step number 5 is clear. Anyone has any query on step number 5? Am I clear with this? Right. Yes. Yeah. Once let me complete the 3, I'll be okay. Now step number 6. What is step number 6? Optional feature. Optional feature. What are these optional features? Optional features. Now there are 4 types of optional features. There are 4 types of optional feature. What are these? These options can be enabled or disabled at any stage of the application. These options can be enabled or disabled at any stage of the application. All these 4 are 4 independent topics. We'll discuss about them in detail when you go to the topic. Allow reports. When you say allow report, if you enable this option, allow reports. If you enable this option, we can create reports on the data available if you enable this option, we can create reports on the data available in the object. Allow activities. If you enable this option, we can create events and tasks on the object. All of them are individual topics. We'll be discussing them in detail. Track field history. If you enable this option, changes that are made on the data of the field can be tracked. Now, if you enable this option, changes that are made on the data of the field can be tracked. Then we had allow in charter groups. If you enable this option, we can use this object in the charter. If you enable this option, boss, if you stop writing, listen to my conversation, then you'll understand the concept. If you can understand by looking at the notes, no need to come to a class. You can open a Google, you'll find a lot of documents. Okay. Now already I gave hard copy. I'm typing the notes. Then again, you are one more time putting on your books. What will you do, boss? Are you going to publish these books? Right? Will you understand what you are written after the class? Now during the class, you are supposed to spend your time in listening to my conversation. If you are writing the notes, you're not listening to my conversation. Either you get the topic notes is of no use. Once you understand the topic, then the notes will be helpful to you. Already I give the same hard copy. Whatever I'm typing here, everything is there on the hard copy. Again, I'm giving the account. Whatever I'm typing, you have username, password to get. Again, one more tab. All J&T habits. Right. Now, listen to the class. Stop writing the notes. Right. Go back. What was this? Allow in charter groups. What is this allow in charter groups? If you enable this option, this object can be used. This object can be used in the charter and committees. Now, there are 4 options. These options can be enabled or disabled at any stage of the application. These options can be enabled or disabled at any stage of the application. We can track these options with allow reports. Allows you to create a reports on the object. Allow activities. Allows you to create task and event on the object. Track field history. Allows you to track the changes what you are making on the value. Satish modified to Satish Maila. On which date it is modified, who modified, how we modified, that information will be there in history. Allow in charter groups. I can use this object in the communities and charter. These options can be enabled or disabled at any stage. Now, let us go to the next step. 6th step is clear for everyone. Now, in detail description will be done along with the topic. First, A option is a reporting concept. B option is a task and event concept. Track field history is small on the detail page. 5th one, charters and communities. So there are different concepts which we are supposed to learn. Right, boss? Option number 7. Now, what is option number 7? Object classification. Now, what is this object classification? Is this object accessible for the lightning or a classic? So this will specify object, this custom object specify this custom object is created for classic. Okay, see, enterprise or we have 3 options: allow sharing, allow bulk API, allow stream API. If above 3 options are enabled, then it is designed for enterprise. If you enable allow sharing, allow bulk API, allow streaming API, then Vijay, mute your mic. Right. Now, if you enable the 3, it is called enterprise application object. If you disable it, if you disable any one of the option, it is a lightning application object. If you disable any one of the option, then it is designed for lightning application. Now, object designed for enterprise can be used in lightning. Object designed for only for lightning cannot be used in enterprise. Object designed for enterprise can be used in lightning also. but object purely designed for the lightning cannot be used in enterprise. Right. Now, object classification. Is it enterprise or lightning? Then deployment status. What is the next option we had? Deployment status. What is this deployment status? In the sandbox, you created an object, then you deploy it to production. The moment you deploy to production, it is not deployed. From sandbox, it will go to the production. Are you making this object live or not? In the sandbox, you created an object. That object you push it to production. From sandbox, you move to production. In the production, are you making it live or still holding it? That will be given by deployment status. If I say in development, in development, if you enable this option, object is still not ready for deployment or access, and this object can be accessed only by admin. This object is not ready for access, and this object is only accessible to admin. Deployed. Deployed. Object is ready for access. Object is ready for access, and object will be shared based on organizational security model. Object will be accessed based on organizational security model. So deployment, in development, deployed. In development means object is in the production, but we are not making it live. Deployed, we are making it live. Everyone can see and access. Right? Object is where? It is in the production only, but we are not making it live in development. Deployed, it is made as live. The next one, I hope I'm clear with step number 8. Anyone has any query on step number 8? Then step number 9, search status. Hello, search. Look at the format. Now, I have a field. Look at the point. In account object, I have a field called Genie point. This is the data available in the account object. So when I say Genie point, it is searching for the data in the account object, searching for the data in the contact object. Boss, the data what we have in the table, the data what you have in the table, can I search from the global search or not? In the table we have a data. Can I search for this data from the global search or not? That is decided by allow search. If I enable this option called allow search, if we enable this option, data in this object can be searched. Last options. What are the last options? Step number 10. Now, is this 9 is good for everyone? If I enable this, your data I can search from global search. Then last step, object creation. Boss, these options I can enable or I can disable only at the time of creating an object. Only at the time of creating an object I can enable this option or I can disable this option. Once the option is enabled, once the option is enabled, okay, once the option is enabled and I create an object, I cannot disable it. Once the object is created, you cannot enable this option or disable this option. These options are available to you only till you create an object. Once the object is created, I cannot enable this option or disable this option. I hope you are clear. That's why they are called these options. Only at the time of creating an object. Once the object is created, we cannot enable or disable the option. Once the object is created, we cannot enable or disable the options. What are the options we have? First one, add notes and attachments on the default page layout. What does it mean? In the object page, look at the point. If you open object, you'll be finding this is called data list. What is the option you're finding? Notes and. Do you want to add these notes and attachment on the record? Then enable this option. If you enable this option, notes and attachments will be added on the detail page, on the record page. Once the record is saved, on the detail page, we'll be finding the notes and attachment. After you save the record, it is called as detail page. While you're entering the record, it is called edit page. What was this page called? Edit page. After saving, what we are getting? Detail page. On the detail page, what we are adding? Notes and attachments. I hope you are clear. Notes and attachment. If you enable this option, notes and attachments will be added on the detail page. Then we had next one. What is the second option we had? Launch new custom tab wizard. If you enable this, once the object is created, it will take you to tab creation page. Once the object is created, it will take you to tab creation page. Right. So this is how we got it. Now I hope you are clear with this. Okay. Now look at the format. Let us see the execution part and understand. So what is the navigation? Setup, build, create objects, new custom object. First the label name, customer, plural name, customers. Vowel sound only for pronunciation, it doesn't make any difference for us. Description, customer data. Now context sensitive. Do you want to use any one of the Visualforce page? These are existing page, you can use it. Now object notes, I want to use it. When you click on that, object notes will open. Then record name label. So I want to store here customer ID. It is a name field. How the name field should be displayed? As a customer ID. What is the data? Text or auto number. 3 or 3 digits. Thank you. Optional features. If you want, you can enable them or you can disable them. Later on, we can enable it. Object classification. If you enable all the 3, it is a classic. Okay, it's an enterprise application. Otherwise, it is a lightning application. Deployment status. In development, it is not accessible to anyone except admin. Deploy, accessible to everyone. Search status. Do you want the data of this object to be searched from the global search? Object creation option, we can enable them or disable at the time of creating a object only. I have selected only first option. Second option I am not selecting. Now when I saved it, object is created. Now look at this underscore C. What is the purpose of it? Custom object. Now standard field is created. What is the standard field? Name. How the name field is displayed? A customer ID. Name is name, but how it is displayed? Customer ID. Data type is auto number. Now click on edit. Again, I am clicking on edit. Now you are not able to see the last 2 options. But optional features can be enabled or I can enable or disable it. Are you clear? Now once again, setup, build, create objects, new custom object. Loan, then loan ID, auto number, Y stands for year. Optional features we can enable or disable. Object classification, lightning, okay, or enterprise. Deployment status, allow search. Now I'm selecting the second option also. If I select the second option, object will be created. It will take you to the tab creation page. Object will be created, then it will take you to tab creation page. Object will be created, then it will take you to tab creation page. Now, once object is created, it is taking you to what? Tab creation page. It's taking time. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll go and show you. How do you see the list of objects? Setup, open. Now, what is this? Tab creation page. Now, I don't want to create tab now. I'm just canceling it. So, object is saved. Are you getting my point? After saving the object, it will take you to tab creation page. This is the creation of object. In the lightning also same steps, but only navigation is different. Switch to lightning experience. Now we're getting here. Setup. Then we had platform and tools, object and fields, object manager, create. Process the same, label, plural label, same step, no difference, right? But only navigation format is different. I hope you are good with this example, right? Now, this is the standard navigation. If I want to create a group of objects, I cannot go through all this standard navigation. I want a quick create. If you want to create the objects quickly, then we have a schema builder format. What is the second format of creation? Schema builder. Look at this: setup, build, lightning bolt, schema builder. The schema builder is open. Elements, object, drag and drop. Done. Object is create. What was that? Elements. Once again, navigation, setup, build, lightning bolt, schema builder, elements, object, courses, course name, text. Are you getting my point here? So quick creation. Then we need to go to object and modify the permissions there. Right? Okay. So schema builder. Set format. Using standard navigation we have taken. What is the navigation? Setup, build, lightning bolt, give it the lightning. In the lightning, what is the navigation? Now version to version slight changes will be there. There is a reason we are retyping the nodes on the account. Okay. So what is the lightning? If you want to create in the lightning, setup, then we have platform tools, objects and fields, schema builder. Then the process is same. Only till we navigate there is the issue, but later on the process. So what is the navigation we had? Platform tools, objects and fields, schema builder. Step number 1, choose element, drag and drop the object. Enter the details. So this is schema builder, building the object using schema builder. Quick create. Okay. Now, how many custom objects can be created? How many custom objects can be created? How many custom objects you can create? Now, answer. It depends upon the edition what we purchase. So, edition, and we have objects. Developer edition 200. Enterprise 200. Unlimited 200. So the number of objects what we can create purely depends upon the edition what we purchased. I hope you are clear with the structures. Everyone is good with the creation of object, right? So that's all from my end. And yeah, there is a web service programming. So you have to go to web service programming to do it. So right. Now we are doing the declarative. You need to understand the development, you need to understand the integration, you need to understand the metadata, then we'll do that. Right. But as there's a question on the certification, I just mentioned how many ways to create. Okay. Any other queries? Any other queries from anyone? Right. So that's all from my end. See you all in the next session.